के साथ कुछ भी करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है। एक तो जेंजी मुंह खोलने से पहले कोई मेंटल हेल्थ गिना देती है, ट्रॉमा, एंजाइटी, पीटीएसडी। अरे भाई ऐसा लगता है किसी बूढ़ी माई से बात कर रहा, बेटा कुछ अच्छा नहीं लग रहा।
Why I feel millennials are the strongest? It's because we don't have depression. Because if you don't talk about it, it's not there. Then they keep talking about therapy now. Mental health awareness. We know we're mental.
Gen Z knows a lot more than people give them credit for. What do they know? Everything. They know about sourdough and know they're very in touch with their emotions and emotions. They're traumatized by everything.
Gen Z is a generation that is really accused a lot of overusing healthcare.
Overusing mental health as an excuse for a lot of things, which is completely not true.
Completely not true. I mean, to some extent it is, honestly, I feel.
It
but
is.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there are people who do overuse and trivialize the mental health terms and
For like
Yeah.
every small issue, if they're feeling sad, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm depressed today."
I'm depressed
Bro,
today.
you're
Oh my
not.
god, I've gone through such big trauma. No, but again, and for the same reason, the older generation sort of, blames us that we are very weak, we are very timid in terms of handling situations and actually dealing with our lives.
Just because we know what issues we are struggling with doesn't mean that we're weak. We just have words for the terms that even they have faced. For the
Exactly.
problems that even they have faced.
We have the vocabulary.
Yeah.
We have the vocabulary that our previous generation didn't.
We are just more informed.
Yeah, I think we are talking about both sides of the coin here. One side is that, Gen Z is more informed and more accepting of, neurodivergence and mental health issues. At the same time, on the other side of the coin, we as a generation are definitely, misusing that information and that knowledge that we have.
It might not apply for every single person in our generation.
Yeah.
But we do find people out there who use mental health as an excuse for a lot of things.
Correct. The point here is that they did not have the right resources, the right vocabulary, the right institution to address their mental health issues, right? And
Even recognize those issues in the first place.
even recognize their issues. Exactly. So what really happened was that their perspective on mental health and our perspective on mental health,
They're miles apart.
they're miles apart. Exactly. And that really affects our lives. Why? Because the people they are our parents, they are our teachers in school, they are our professors in the universities. And basically our interaction with them, especially when if you are neurodivergent and if you are going through something, some kind of mental health issue, it is really hard for them to accept that and,
More than accepting it, it is harder for them to even comprehend how you're suffering with that problem.
suffering bhi theek hai, and at the same time how those problems are affecting you in your life, how it is affecting your studies, your work, your relationships with people, your friendships, all of that, right? Because see, for example, if someone has ADHD, right, what usually happens is that they find it really hard to commit to things. They find it really hard to be on time.
Right.
They keep forgetting stuff. They'll forget birthdays, they'll forget important dates and miss deadlines. Hasmat.
Birthday भूल गया ये मेरा 5 बार.
And when people don't recognize क्या बोल रहा था मैं, this is how ADHD sort of manifests in your daily life, right? And when you are interacting with your parents, when you have some commitments in the university or whatever, you can't factor in your ADHD as a reason.
Viable reason.
Exactly. But is that a problem?
Yeah, where are we going with this?
Yeah, where are we going with this?
No, the main point is, if our parents themselves don't acknowledge these problems, they don't realize that even they might be suffering from such things. So when their kids come and tell them that they have these problems, they would not acknowledge those issues as a genuine reason that the person might be lacking in their life.
That the person might be finding it more difficult than usual. It's very hard to express your emotions. It's very hard to be honest with your family about a lot of things, right? And that really affects our mental health.
Not just our mental health, our lifestyle in general. The problem can be as minute as you feeling anxious about something that is in your life, and you can't even tell those things to your parents because they would not understand.
Yeah.
My mom, she does so she is in corporate, so she has a lot of things on her mind, and she tends to get anxious about certain things. But when I tell her that this is what anxiety feels like, she's like, no, this is not what anxiety is. I felt like this all my life, and when I tell her this is exactly how I feel and I don't
Anxiety,
want
anxiety
feels
कुछ नहीं होता
like, she's
and
like,
all.
नहीं, anxiety नहीं होता है कुछ. And that's a normal response that you get out of a desi parent when you address those issues in their life.
In their life, even in our life. Abhi, so recently I was just talking to my dad about how I'm not able to focus on a lot of things, right? I have so much on my plate, and I'm not able to focus on one thing for more than a few minutes, and I'm constantly getting distracted about a lot of stuff, and it's really taking a toll on my productivity, right? And he very, very empathetically, क्या बोलते हैं?
He understood me.
And he completely he was listening to me अच्छे से, सुन के ले रहे थे, and he was understanding me very well. And then he followed it by giving me usual suggestions that any desi dad would give कि हाँ ये करो ठीक हो जाएगा, whatever. And then after a week he goes to Mumbai and he's there in IKEA, and he does some shopping and all, and he comes back home and he's like, dude.
That was like, dude.
dude, I got you something. I'm like, yeah, what is it? And he gets me this hourglass.
That's too cute.
And he's like, you can use this as a tool to, focus on whatever you're working on. Just start working on, put this, and until it, just work on you, and it will help you focus. I'm like,
that is so sweet of you.
that is so sweet. I mean, like, ठीक है, जितना भी ये help करे ना करे, whatever it is,
It's the intention.
it's the gesture. It's like, wow.
Yeah. That is very sweet. But only if it was this easy to just focus. And that brings me to another topic
Okay.
of why is it so hard to focus? Why is it so hard to just do things in your life
Yes.
normally compared to how we have so much stimulus. We receive so much stimulus from every place in our life, from our phones, from our what.
It's the big corporates. Bro.
Yeah.
It's the big corporates investing billions to capitalize on your attention, on your time. Be careful. सही में भाई, तुम जो इंस्टाग्राम चला रहे हो, ठीक है, तुम ये सारे जो सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स में तुमको रील स्क्रॉल कर रहे हो, तुमको comment section is the comment section is a form of receiving validation. The likes
Oh, it
are a form
definitely
of
is.
getting
Oh my
validation.
God.
Your stories ka like is also a form of getting validation. They are maximizing on what all points can give you validation, because every validation is a source of dopamine hit.
Exactly. And they want to milk us for every
Every-
second of our life.
Yeah.
And that is so crazy.
It's especially worse for us because we are the internet native or social media native, whatever they call it, generation. And now the problem is that we can't imagine our lives outside social media, outside the internet. So ek tarah se we are completely intertwined with it.
Exactly. I remember the day I was planning to join Instagram. It was in 2017, and I was only on Facebook. And I was only on Facebook because Facebook had games on it. That was the only main reason I was on.
I did not
Facebook.
know that, bro.
Yeah, Facebook had so many games. I loved it. There was one Miss Cricket. Anyway,
ठीक है, हाँ,
so
cool.
the day I was like, oh, my cousins are on Instagram. Let me just download Instagram and see how it is. And I asked my cousins, and they were like, why do you want to download Instagram? You can't do anything on it. You can just post photos. That is all you can do on Instagram. And I just downloaded it because I was really curious. And after that, and that was that day, and now it is today.
Wow.
You can't. You can post photos, stories, songs, bro.
Everything,
Bro,
exactly.
you have thoughts. What is that thing? What is that thing called?
Note
Notes.
bolte hai bhai.
Bro, you have.
And now you
notes.
can like the notes also.
Now you can put videos on notes also.
क्या?
Now, like,
अरे हाँ, you can put videos also.
you can put songs. You can, and then there is that Reels thing happened, dude. Instagram sees all these features on different apps and just inculcates in its own app. The status thing, the stories, it started when WhatsApp had statuses. So it was like, let us Instagram people also have stories. Then Yeah. Then during COVID, the whole Musical.ly turned to TikTok, and then TikTok was booming. The whole reel thing. That is when Instagram started with his IG stories. IG stories, was it?
वो जो लंबे लंबे वीडियोस लगते थे ना, IGTV बोलते हैं. हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Yeah, it started with his IGTV, which turned to Reels, and Reels boomed. Reels just skyrocketed.
And why did they boom? That's because, you know, 30 seconds, they are investing in research that, you know, that tells them कि ठीक है, this is the attention span, and this is how they can maximize on your attention, how you can really stick, and how they can hook you to their content, correct? And even algorithm में भी एक change आया. I don't remember exactly what the change was, but it was inspired by TikTok. पहले Instagram पे कैसा था कि only the people that you followed, उनके ही content दिखता था तुमको, उनके ही तभी रील्स थे या नहीं, आई डोंट रिमेंबर, बट उनके रील्स दिखते थे, उनके पोस्ट दिखते थे, उनके स्टोरीज दिखते थे. बट ऑन टिकटॉक योर फीड कुड गेट एनी रील, any content from any creator.
I remember this
Instagram got that from there. ठीक है, अभी Instagram भी sort of ऐसे democratize कर दिया कि ठीक है, किसी का भी content तुमको दिखेगा, not just the people that you follow, so that it boomed the algorithm even more.
Remember where Instagram, you scrolled enough and it said you're all caught up?
I miss it so much.
And when you see that you're all caught up, you're like, okay, fine, now I don't have anything.
We are
to do.
done.
And you'll just switch the app off. But then they removed that. They're like, oh, you're all caught up, nahi kabhi hone wala hai. You'll keep watching reels, you'll just doom scroll. That is exactly when doom scroll started happening.
Exactly.
And this was all during quarantine, so you had nothing better to do in life because you were stuck in your house for 2 good years.
For 2 good years, yeah.
So,
see, I guess we are going on a complete rant about how social media is ruining our lives, but that's the point. It is ruining our lives because it is also taking a toll on our mental health. क्या कर रहे हो तुम सोशल मीडिया पे? तुम एक दूसरे को कंपेयर कर रहे हो, ठीक है? There are people, so many people doing better than you, so many people that look better than you, so many people that, you know, just have better lives. Or seem to have better lives because people are only going to post good stuff. They are not going to post their failures. They're not going to post their ugly pictures on Instagram. तो तुमको क्या ही मिल रहा है? तुम किसकी चीज, तुम बहुत ही फेक चीजों से अपने आप को कंपेयर कर रहे हो and you feel really bad about yourself.
Also, Instagram has magnified the issues that you already had. People have body image issues or certain, what are the issues? At least
mental health issues भी होता है,
other mental
career issues होता है.
Yeah, and Instagram, not just Instagram, social media in general magnifies those issues. You belittle yourself by watching other people do good in their life.
Yeah.
And Instagram ही सब गलत है यार. Yeah, bro. See, this is all majorly happening on Instagram only. What other
platform do we even
Twitter.
use? You just said that it magnifies the issues that you already have. उससे मुझे याद आया कि you know how the human brain has retains negative information more than positive information.
That's why you remember your bad memories.
More than your good memories.
Yeah.
Guess what? They'll capitalize on that also. है ना? तुमको तुमको reels में, when you have an algorithm that has democratized the content that you get, plus you have this fact कि तुम्हारे negative content, negative posts are gonna stick longer to you and your memory. That is a deadly combination where now you're gonna get a lot of useless negative content. And that's and that really messes up with your brain. Right? And especially we just mentioned about doom scrolling. उससे भी तो तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है because in the end at some point you'll be like, oh shit,
you know
I have reached my limit, and you're like, oh, I have wasted so much time and I haven't done anything productive in life. There are so many things, there are so many hobbies that I have to tend to. There are side hustles that I want to build. There are some subjects that I need to study, and you have done nothing because
even if you made commitments, you feel lazy to do those commitments because you're stuck in that pattern of doom scrolling. See, I was watching this one reel, okay?
Yeah.
And this guy is saying that the hook lines that reels have, when you break it down, what are they? They're called pattern breakers or something, he said. And he's like, what do hooks do? You are in this constant pattern of scrolling, okay? And
okay.
your mind is used to that motion of finger and you consuming content every second. What does a hook do is when you go to a particular reel, it scrolls up, you see that particular reel, that hook makes you stop that pattern of scrolling. We have come to a place where we are
oh my god, that is what
yeah.
oh my god, that is crazy, bro. And see, since you get very random reels, right, there is no consistency in the topic of the reels that you get. In one reel there is something happening, ठीक है? You get a CCTV footage of some robbery happening or something. Then in the next reel there is some person explaining you about gardening or something. Then in the next reel you have some person going thrift shopping in Chandni Chowk or whatever. ठीक है? इतना random reels आते हैं. What happens is that every reel is 30 seconds. Every reel is different emotion and different thought process. The problem is that your brain does not get enough time to process the emotion that you've just went through in those 30 seconds.
Right.
And by scrolling, it's like तुम्हारे दिमाग में इतने unprocessed emotions आ जाते हैं कि eventually you get so exhausted.
You get burned out.
You get burnt out. Just by doing nothing. क्या कर रहे हो? Scroll कर रहे हो और कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो भाई.
You're just scrolling and you feel like you did so much work and it's already 3 a.m. and you're just still stuck doing the same thing because you can't pull yourself out of doing what you were doing.
I swear.
If we psychoanalyze it,
Correct.
our brain is made to notice different changes because basically our mind, we were a species that had to do a lot to survive. So our mind is built in a way that we notice and we register every single change that we see on in our environment. So in our phone, when we see those constant changes, our mind is in that flight or fight mode, as in we are in that we are in that stress mode.
Correct.
What if something new happens? We are always agitated.
Is that real?
Yeah, and that puts you in survival mode all the time. That's why when you wake up, that's why a lot of people suggest to not use your phone the moment you wake up in the morning, because that sets your entire day
into a survival
mode. Because Instagram makes your brain think that you need to be on survival mode because it's showing you all these new content every second of your
day.
View time. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. To maximize your view time.
Exactly.
Basically.
So you are hooked on that. You're like, oh, what next? What else is coming? It's the same feeling as, oh, if I'm somewhere in the wild and if I hear a sound in the bushes, I'll be more alert. I will try to look at everything and look at all the changes that's happening in my environment. That's the same logic that goes here. You're looking at one change and then you slowly feel something else. You see something else and you're just hooked. You want to keep watching those.
And we fail to realize that this is a form of addiction.
It definitely is.
This is a real addiction out there. And people are addicted. So many people are addicted.
Mainly from our generation. Gen Zs, we are, how much ever we deny, we are very much addicted to our phones. चाहे वॉलेट गुम हो जाए, फोन गुम हो गया तो भाई
नहीं, because मैं अपने पेरेंट्स को भी नोटिस करता हूँ ना, ठीक है, even they have Instagrams, they have Facebook, obviously even Facebook has short form content, I think, right? They know their limits, they don't doom scroll.
Yeah.
I've never seen an older person doom scroll.
I think if we psychoanalyze this also, I think it's because we were pushed into this social media wala thing.
Very early in our life.
Yeah, in our developing stages. So our brain got wired to feel this
when
way.
we were 16, 17.
Yeah, exactly. So, but our parents, they already have brain. They already have brains.
They already have developed brains.
With developed mindsets and priorities and boundaries.
Correct.
So they know where their priorities lie. And it's easier for them to set those boundaries. So I think that is why it's harder for us to stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's easier for us to get addicted to phone than our parents.
Okay. And the whole idea of your self-worth being put into question by yourself only in social media because तुम अपने आप को इतने सारे लोगों से compare कर रहे हो. This extends in dating apps as well.
Oh, big time!
Because these dating apps, they are capitalizing on your desperation.
And your need for validation.
Exactly. You are nothing but you क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
You as in us also.
You're just a pawn in their big capital gains games, right? And होता क्या है कि मतलब अभी you have all these dating apps, right? And you just become an option there, ठीक है? Among so many people, so many people, and when you don't get, say you don't get any likes, you don't get any swipe rights or whatever.
Yeah. It's directly a question on your self-worth, your self-esteem. You're like,
Exactly.
am I not good enough for anyone? Am I not
Anything.
am I not good enough for anything? Bro, it can actually translate to that as well. You just
Yeah,
question
exactly.
not just your looks or your personality, you start to question your ability to do everything. You're like, what's the point if
What's the point?
no one's gonna like
Yeah.
me? But that is
I
so
know.
scary actually. And us as a generation are the major victims here about
Are the major victims because we are also the dating app native
Natives.
people.
it's that girl, we are the native for everything.
है ना?
We are native.
What a cursed generation, bro. What the
Yeah,
hell?
we are social media native, we are dating app native, we are AI native, we are native.
Are we AI native?
Are we not?
Let's not make big claims.
I think no. We as a generation are the ones. Who
I think the
started
generation
our-
a little younger than us will be AI natives.
Yeah, but we saw the onset of AI.
Yeah, and the older generation saw the onset of internet also, but they are not the internet natives. We are internet natives because we grew up with internet.
Okay. Now that you say
We
it,
did
yes.
not grow up with AI. My nephew is gonna be AI native.
Yeah, it's so crazy how AI can do so much. At this point. But
Wait,
it's not
that is a later topic. Yeah.
dating.
Dating has become much worse because
Yeah.
people don't want to commit. Everyone wants a situationship, bitchuationship, ye wo nonsense.
Passion is unreal here.
Wait, नहीं मतलब सही बात है भाई.
No, real है.
Not to say कि मैं
नहीं, हम नहीं कुछ बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ वही क्योंकि दिखता है भाई कॉलेज में क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ मैं.
No, but then it's very crazy to see how dating apps पे how you've started seeking validation from every small thing on your phone.
Exactly. वो भी एक source of validation है हमारे लिए.
Yeah.
हर एक चीज एक source of validation बन चुका है.
Desperation तो phone सबके बिना भी होता ही है. But the need to seek validation from people that you that you haven't even seen in your life
Exactly.
is what runs these apps, social media.
And again, this takes a toll on your mental health because it is again a source of validation.
And somehow also a source of hope for a lot of people that, oh, I might find someone here. And that hope has been also turned into different apps. You know how there is an app called Boo? I get these ads on Instagram or somewhere I get. And it's about this app that is like some faceless or something, and it matches you with people of your same personality or something.
Personality?
It's for the people who feel like they don't look good enough to be on a dating app. You see how apps have just become
yeah.
There is a new app for everything, and it just monetizes on your insecurities.
Innovation is the mother of create. Oh, it's the other way around.
Creative is-
नहीं.
Someone is the mother of someone.
नहीं, something is the mother of necessity is the mother of innovation. Necessity दिखी, capitalize कर लिया.
But that is how every business works.
Like, see, one of the major problems is that people don't want to stay committed anymore because even I used to see in college भाई मतलब 3 महीने में relationship छूट रहा है and it's because and a lot of relationships used to happen, a lot of situationships would happen because people did not know how to just be with themselves.
Really?
Not even kidding bhai, matlab people were, I had friends or at least I knew people jo they were so uncomfortable with just being with themselves that they always seeked for some hookup or some kind of situationship, some kind of or constantly go on dates because they just don't want to be alone. And that is very weird, bro. Like, come on, don't you love yourself? Like, have you not?
I've met people in my life who did not like being alone.
Yeah.
But then I did not know it could translate into something. I want to go on dates and meet new people.
Alone, matlab मैं ऐसे.
Now that you said, I know people like this.
that is again a mental health issue, because person as a healthy individual needs to be very comfortable with themselves, being alone and being able to spend time alone. What happened?
One question.
Haan, bol.
But aren't we social creatures? Do you think this point would?
No, ऐसा नहीं होता है.
No, because a lot of people who are very extroverted, they love the.
I'm not
energy
talking about
so
being
much.
extroverted.
But wouldn't that how? Because the person that I know about is very extroverted. That's why he doesn't like being alone. He's so used to having people around him.
See, then that could also translate into being a lot with friends. Being a lot with friends, you know, socializing in that way. But I'm saying in terms of relationship, romantically, they only seek that because they can't be with themselves. See, the loneliness you feel in terms of dating and the loneliness you feel in terms of socializing is completely different.
Okay, I did not know that.
Don't you think so?
I
Like, even if it's like, even if you're surrounded by a lot of friends, you'll still feel lonely in terms of being single.
oh, if you see other people having relationships, then I might feel.
हाँ, मैं उस हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ. उस हिसाब से बोल रहा हूँ कि people, I know people who could not just be with themselves.
Oh, like, yeah, be single and be happy.
हाँ.
Oh,
And it's like, if you want to be in a healthy relationship, you also need to know how to be stable and mentally healthy when you're single. You have to be
that is
very
true.
Comfortable when you're single
bro, yeah.
to be in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I've seen so many relationships break just because one of the either people did not know how to be
With
an
themselves.
individual.
That
Their
is what I
entire
mean.
individuality revolved around the other person.
Other person.
Like I'll only do this thing because if that person is doing this.
उनका आइडेंटिटी ही ये बन जाता है कि oh, I'm a girlfriend or I'm a boyfriend, कि मतलब ये उनका sort of becomes a huge part of their identity. Because what happens कि अगर तुम single खुश नहीं हो, जब तुम एक relationship में आते हो and the partner gives you a lot of space, you won't be comfortable with that space.
Yeah,
You
become
want to
clingy.
you become a clingy partner. Okay, there's this difference between how guys and girls use dating apps, right? Guys use dating apps because they are desperate. Okay? And girls use dating apps because they want to seek my validation.
Yeah. Oh, देख मेरे
By how
50
many likes they have got,
swipes है.
how many swipes they have got. So for girls, it's a source of validation, and for guys, it's a source of, you know, desperation कि हाँ कि कोई तो मिल जाए.
I've seen so many guys just looking at the TV or looking at somewhere else and just swipe right in.
Exactly.
And girls, they get so many swipe rights. They're like, 3 आज के लिए cut कर दिए, अब बाकी का कल देखूंगा.
Exactly. हाँ.
First of all, dating apps, it has become this breeding ground for.
There's no breeding happening there.
Bro, as in like breeding ground for. Fuck off, breeding ground. नहीं.
नहीं बोलेंगे.
It has become a place where people would come to seek validation and feel better about themselves. But when they don't feel that, when they don't receive you start seeking validation from non-natural sources. Like, yeah. There are times even dating apps might fail to feed into your validation. And
Feed into your craving for validation.
yeah, feed into your craving for validation. And that is where nowadays AI has also started pitching in. Okay,
Yeah.
so there are,
And not just in terms of dating or something, right? It's about, you know,
it's just about making yourself feel better about yourself.
because AI तो क्या करेगा तुमको तो हर एक चीज पे बटर में मक्खन ही लगाएगा ना, मतलब कि whatever prompt you put, AI will be like, oh, that's an excellent idea. Oh, yeah, whatever you're feeling is completely valid. ये वो nonsense. Right?
Do not act like you have not tried to.
Not try to
ChatGPT.
exactly, because ChatGPT is a friend that you have 24/7. ठीक है, तो अगर तुम एकदम कुछ तो तुम्हारे साथ crazy हो गया and you really want to talk to someone and it's 3 a.m. all your friends are asleep, or if it's a Saturday night all your friends are drunk and you really need to talk to someone, who will you go to? AI ही आ गया ना तुम्हारा.
It's so crazy how AI has become an actual option to go and talk to when you're feeling sad or lonely or anything.
We are all guilty of this, bro.
This is too
Come
bad.
on. Yeah. Hopefully
We all are, and we are not creeps. But yeah, I have seen all these random ads on Instagram where they are promoting these apps called. See, I've heard of character AI. I know about character AI, but there are these crazier versions of character AI where you can talk to random characters about anything.
About anything.
And those apps are called
Kya?
Spicy Chat and all. SpicyChat.ai. We have reached a point in history where we get to talk to AI bots to make us feel better.
And to make us feel connected, to make us feel like we are talking to a human. And we are talking about our mental health state to these AI bots, right? And
Yeah, and expecting good professional answers.
advice.
Yeah, dude.
See, AI is not a replacement for therapy. तुम्हारा
definitely is not.
free therapist नहीं है वो, because whatever you say, ठीक है, it is gonna validate you because that's how it is being trained. Because if it does not validate you, you won't come back to it.
Exactly.
The way it is being engineered is that कि तुम consistently उस AI से बात करते रहो, ठीक है? And how will you do that? That's when the AI goes on validating you. I think all of our mental health issue comes down to validation only, bhai. मतलब
है ना? It's this constant need to feel better about ourselves. It's our lack of self-esteem that makes us want to see. We cannot validate ourselves. इसके लिए हम बाहर जाके validation ढूंढते हैं. We have such low self-esteem. We as a generation itself. We have such low self-esteem that we want other people to come and affirm कि हम अच्छे हैं.
other AIs and people or whatever.
Yeah. When people don't do that, you go to AI, which is so sad. Man.
So sad.
Yeah, and that is how we are so messed up as a generation in regards with mental health.
Mental health. It is crazy. It is crazy how there are so many new things that are now affecting us.
Yeah, the fact that 20 to 15 years ago, the detox that, if when you say detox, oh, I had a detox day, you'd think about, oh, I did not do work today. I did not exert my body as much.
You
as
went
I
on a
did.
trek, perhaps.
You went
on a
trek.
picnic with your family.
Exactly. You went to the library to read. Or
What happened to picnics, bro? What happened to picnics?
Yeah.
It's such an archaic.
And now, when you say, oh, I did detox, phone detox.
फोन हटाया है बस. Instagram
आज मैंने
uninstall किया है. That is
Instagram नहीं.
detox.
Bro, it is so crazy that taking a day off phone has
Is your
become
detox.
a detox method.
I swear. Oh god, we are fucked, bro.
We so are. But yeah, anyway, that is
But yeah, anyways, that was
That is our rant
rant
about
about-
social media and about
and how about mental
Mental health
health and
itself.
all the things that are affecting our mental health
as generation.
in our generation
As Generation Z बोल रहे हो ना, as Gen Zs.
as Gen Zs. What we are trying to do here is कि, maybe we should reflect on what things are negatively impacting our self-esteem, our self-worth, our mental health, our happiness, right? And because these things are very new and very unique to our generation, if you talk about all of this to your parents, you cannot expect them to understand it.
Yeah, they would not understand
Unless
how
you
it
are so
feels.
privileged and lucky that you have
Such understanding.
very understanding parents.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, then good for you. Obviously. But, most Desi households don't
Yeah.
have that privilege, correct? And I guess the burden is on us to realize and understand where we are going
Yeah.
wrong
And
with our
once we
mental
talk
health.
about it, once we actually put it out there, that this is what we are facing as a generation, this is the problems that we are facing, and we discuss among ourselves, that is when we can actually pull out a good solution for it. And that is what we are doing, talking about it.
Talking about it. Alright, guys.
That is all for today. See you in the next one.
Bye.
This is the end.